Hello and welcome to our tarot inspired yoga flow. We are going to be doing the Empress today. So, the Empress is the divine feminine of the tarot deck, and she really reminds us to tap into our own creativity. She also, if you identify as female, she tells us to embrace our femininity, but overall, she's the reminder of we don't have to take everything so seriously. We don't have to be so logical when it comes to everything. We can save that for the emperor. That is his thing. So, with the empress, I like to think of her as the embodiment of the sacral chakra. So, this is where creation even begins. So, with that in mind, for our today's flow, we're going to be doing a lot of poses that help activate our sacral chakra, and really open us up a little bit. So we'll expect some hip openers, expect some back bends, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm actually going to have you come down into an easy seated position, hands on your knees. We're going to start off with a seated cat cow. So inhale, chest shines forward. We'll come to our seated cow. And exhale, we'll go rounding out the shoulders, coming to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, come up to cow and start to make some circles here. So we'll start to exhale, rounding out, circling to cat. Inhale, up the other side, coming through cow. Exhale, circling down to cat. Inhale, circle up to cow. And allow yourself to find this rhythm where we're just making these big circles, taking our time, going at the pace of your own breath. And when it feels good, switch positions. So we'll inhale up the opposite side, going to cow, and exhale to cat, creating these big circles, loosening up the spine, warming up our gut, and starting to feel that activation. Let's do one more. Circling around and find a neutral spine. Awesome. So I am going to start us off with our first twist. So inhale, arms come up, 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 and exhale, twisting to the left, the right. Sorry. And inhale, coming up through center, arms coming back up overhead, and exhale, twist to the left. And while, yes, this is a good shoulder stretch, you do also get that feeling in your core of the twist. That is where the twist happens. The hips are staying stable, the knees are staying down, and letting your shoulders get the stretch and get the work in here. All right, inhale, coming up through center, arms coming up overhead. And exhale, take a stretch down to the left. We're just doing an easy seated stretch here, warming up that side body and allowing ourselves just to flow and just to enjoy the flow. Inhale, come up to center, and exhale, stretch down to the right. The Empress would want us to enjoy this flow and enjoy this stretch and enjoy this time that we have. Again, the logic is for the emperor. That is going to be a different flow. For today, we are just enjoying our creativity. Inhale, coming up to center. Take your legs out wide here, if you please. Go ahead and find that comfort. I know we're still warming up here, so rocking back and forth as you get comfortable is totally okay. And when you're ready, inhale, arms come up and twisting, looking at that left foot. Exhale, stretching down as far as you would like. Toes is fine, chin is fine, ankles is fine. Whatever is accessible for you in this moment is fine. We're embodying the Empress and we're honoring where we are now, not worrying about what other people's stretch may look like. Inhale, come up to center. And exhale, twisting, turning to look at that right foot and stretch down to the right. Noticing that one side may be a little bit more flexy than the other, and know that that is fine. Because while humans may look symmetrical, we are not always perfect. And one side may have more flexibility and more range of motion than the other, and know that that is okay. Inhale, come up to center. And exhale, go ahead and take that wide leg seated fold, stretching as much as you would like, but not pushing to the point of pain. Look, again, we are here to enjoy the stretch. We are here to just do what feels good. And inhale, walk your hands back up towards your bodies. Take the soles of your feet in, and we will wrap our hands around our feet. Feeling our lower body opening up, allowing our sacral chakra to activate. And I am going to have you go ahead, release, let your legs come out in front of you, flip around. We'll come into tabletop, finding our alignment here with our shoulders and wrists all in the same line, our hips and our knees all in the same line. I'm going to have you go ahead, inhale, left arm comes up, up, up. And exhale, I'm going to have you thread it down underneath and hover. Inhale, left arm goes back up. And exhale, left hand threads underneath and hover. And inhale, left arm comes up. And exhale, thread that left arm underneath, coming onto the shoulder blade, being mindful that we are coming onto the shoulder blade. Please be mindful of your neck. If this pose does not work for you, please find your way to child's pose. I promise you, we will meet you when we get to our next pose. And inhale, push up with that right hand. You are going to bring the left arm back up. And exhale, dropping the left hand down to table. Inhale, right arm comes up. And exhale, threads underneath and hover. Inhale, right arm comes back up. And exhale, right arm threads underneath and hover. And inhale, right arm comes back up. And exhale, right arm threads underneath and coming onto the shoulder blade. Again, we are being mindful of the neck. And we are just enjoying the stretch on the right shoulder blade, our second twist of the day. And inhale, pushing off with the left arm, right arm comes back up, up, up. And exhale, right arm comes back underneath. We are finding our way back to tabletop. If you were in child's pose, please meet us there. Okay, so we are going to run through some cat-cow with lion's breath. We're going to inhale, dropping the stomach down, chest shines forward. And exhale, rounding out the shoulders, go to cat pose. Inhale, coming to cow. Exhale to cat. Feel that personal power build. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. One more time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And inhale to a neutral spine. I'm going to have you come up onto your knees. And let's get ready for a camel pose. So this is a good spot where if you wanted to have a block underneath, maybe stack them, and that makes it a little bit more accessible for you. Any bolsters, any pillows, anything like that, that can make this pose a little bit more accessible for you. Now is a great time to get those things ready. So when you have those, go ahead and stack your blocks as needed, and let's get into it. So inhale and exhale, leaning back. Hands come back behind you to grasp the heels or the blocks, whatever it is that you are going for. And I'm not going to have you hold this long. And inhale, coming back up onto the knees. Maybe adjusting if you see fit. We're going to do one more time. So deep breath in. And exhale, leaning back, coming to camel pose, grabbing your heels or your blocks, whichever is your choice. Allowing that sacral chakra to open up. One more breath. And inhale, coming back up to your knees. Now, while we're here on our knees, we're going to find our way to a gate pose. So kicking the left leg out. We'll inhale. Arms come up. And exhale, stretch down to the left. Inhale, coming up to center. Switch out the legs so the right leg is out. We'll inhale, arms come up. And exhale, stretch to the right. Inhale, come up to center. And I'm going to have you leave that right leg out in front. Turn your foot facing the front of your mat and bending the knee, setting your hands down on either side. Have you flip that back leg. We're making our way to a low lunge. We'll inhale, arms come up. We're in our first lunge. Starting off small, using our knees. Making sure our alignment looks good. And inhale, straightening out that right leg. Your toes point up here. And exhale, taking a fold to come into our baby pyramid, getting a little bit of that counter stretch in. Inhale, let yourself rock back forward, coming to a lunge, tucking the back left leg and toes curl under. We'll come into more of a lunge, and I'm actually going to have you inhale, arms come up into our high lunge. Feel free to adjust as needed to make the pose easier for you, wherever is accessible for you today. And I'm going to have you exhale, arms wrap around that right leg coming into your bound angle. The purpose of this is we're really getting that sense of self-love. It's a very weird hug to give yourself. Well, and we are still allowing ourselves to feel the warmth, and it's definitely burning over here. And exhale, arms come down, back onto your mat, and I'm going to have you bring that right leg back. We'll come to downward dog. Feel free to go ahead and pedal out your legs here. That certainly is not an easy pose to hold. And we'll inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, swinging it underneath you, stepping in between your hands. Drop that right knee. We're coming into our first lunge, so our crescent lunge, making sure the alignment looks good. And we'll go ahead, inhale, arms come up. Inhale, straightening out that left leg, toes point up. And exhale, coming down, stretch over that left leg, coming into baby pyramid. Inhale, rock forward, coming back to our lunge, tucking the toes of your right leg and coming up. We're going to make our way into that high lunge. Inhale, arms coming up. And exhale, our arms are coming down and wrapping around that left leg in our weird self hug, letting that fire burn. That self love is building. And exhale, drop your hands back down to the mat. We'll have you step back with that left leg coming back to a downward dog. Again, pedaling out the feet if that's what feels good to you. Then we'll find stillness here. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, swinging it down, stepping in between your hands. Inhale, coming up, and I'm actually going to have you just come into a star pose. So I want both of your feet pointing towards the sides of the mat. And go ahead and toe heel yourself to what feels comfortable into a star pose. So I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. And exhale, bending the knees, coming into goddess. The empress that you are in your goddess pose. And inhale to star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, you are a star. And exhale, you are a goddess. Inhale, you are a star. And exhale, you are a goddess. And we'll hold. And inhale, coming back up to star. You did awesome. I'm going to have you come to the top of the mat just for a little flow. Shaking out anything that needs to be shaken out. We'll find stillness. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, stepping back with the left leg. We'll come to downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. And exhale, swinging it down, bringing the knee down at an angle. We're on our way to pigeon pose. So making sure that that right leg is going straight back behind you, not overdoing it in the hips with that front leg being too parallel. We'll hold for a couple more breaths, allowing our hips to open and releasing anything. With all of the tension that we can carry in our hips, it just feels nice to let it all go, let it go, let it go. Tuck your toes on your right leg and let's inhale, coming back into downward dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. And exhale, swinging it down, bringing that knee down to the side as well, coming into pigeon on this side. Again, checking the alignment of that back leg. And we want to give this hip the same opportunity that we gave the left hip to release any tension. Letting it go. And inhale. I'm going to have you sit up and back. We're going to bring your legs together. So we're spinning around and we're coming in to our staff pose. Let's inhale, arms come up. And exhale, folding forward. Using this pose as a little reprieve, I'm going to have you hold for another 2 breaths. And inhale, coming up through center. And exhale, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. So you're coming all the way down. Bring your feet up towards your butt. And I'm going to have you get ready to do a bridge pose. So our feet are about hip width apart. Let's go ahead, inhale. Hips come up off the ground, coming into a bridge pose that works for you today. And exhale, hips drop back down. So that was option 1. Option 2 is coming into a wheel. So bringing our hands back up by our ears, palms of our hands flat on the floor, pointing towards our shoulders. This is option 2. So we're going to get ready to do our second back bend. And up to you on whether you're doing bridge pose or wheel. So let's go ahead and inhale, pushing up into whichever of your choice. And exhale, release, coming down from whichever back bend it was that you chose. Whew. Inhale, bring your feet up, keeping your knees bent and wrapping your two fingers around your big toes. I'm going to have you come to happy baby. Allowing the hips to relax and release any more tension. And bring the soles of your feet in together, wrapping your hands around your feet in our reclined pose. Oh, and we're getting that last good hip opener in. Go ahead and release those feet for me, wrapping your arms around your legs and rock back and forth and side to side. Giving ourselves that last little hug, that last little back massage to treat yourself as the Empress that you are. And when you are ready, bring your arms down into a T. And on the exhale, dropping your legs down to one side, looking over the opposite shoulder, getting our last twist in, feeling it in our solar plexus. Twists are also great for the solar plexus as well as the sacral chakra. So this is great to honor the Empress as well as several others, but those are all different videos. For today, we're here for the sacral. Inhale, bringing your knees back up through center. And exhale, dropping them down to the opposite side, looking over the opposite shoulder. And inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale, bringing your legs out in front of you to wherever your comfortable Savasana is. If you need to go grab any pillows, blankets, bolsters, whatever you may need to get comfortable for our Savasana pose, our deep relaxation, now is the time to do so. I'm going to have you get settled and ready. Placing your hands over your sacral chakra, allowing yourself to get deeply connected to this part of your body as well as the breath, feeling your stomach rise and fall. We'll inhale, knowing we're just breathing in, and exhale, knowing we're just breathing out. Taking this time to honor the Empress that lives within all of us, that creative gift that is in all of us, as we find our deep relaxation. Start to consciously lengthen the breath here, bringing yourself back to the room. We'll wiggle fingers and toes and wrists and ankles and find your way to a side lying position. And inhale, let's come up to sitting, bringing the hands into prayer at the front of our chest. Namaste. I thank you for joining me for this Empress flow, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye bye.